This is the 10mm twin wall carbon vivarium, if you like, made together with this roofing material that's used for conservatories, etc. It's just glued using silicone, screwed, and with brackets just to hold the lamps in place. This was built to test these lamps to show quite a good arrangement of what could be done very cheaply. This is a standard flood lamp, £5 from Wicks or B&Q or wherever. That's a standard D3 lamp, but with a normal flood lamp that you get again from the same shop for about £6. They provide the heat. The heat spot in the middle is 50 under where the rocks are, and about 30 or 40 to the left of them, and an Arcadia luminaire running a T5 lamp which provides about 3 or 4 UVI, perfect for lizards and turtles, etc, etc. And the purpose of this is to show you an idea that I'm trying, is where I've taken the bottom and I've covered it, glued to it a mesh of plasterous mesh to the tile, because the tile, a 2-foot square tile, is a base. And having glued the mesh and put a bar across the middle there, just here, to hold back the sand when I mix it, I just pour it in and trial it and smooth it out. It really works well, but I'm trying a trick on this one. I'm putting a heat mat, a 14-watt heat mat, which isn't a lot of heat, but enough to, I hope, to raise it to about 25 degrees C, which will be comfortable for those times at night. If they want a bit of heat, they can, and the lamps are off at night, they can go under there and just keep their temperature up. Because this is twin wall, and it can be screwed and glued and all sorts of things done with it. What I've done is I've carried the power cable through the middle of it so it keeps out the way. So it's very neat. The animals won't see any cables, and there won't be any cables on the edges of the tank, so you can push it flush against the wall. Let's just start off with what the mix is that we're going to be talking about later. This is basically common waterproof PVA, sharp sand from the same shop, and mixed together in the bucket to make a paste. This is the same setup now a couple of weeks later. I put some rocks in it, and I'm just trying it out with a little lizard just to see how things are. I found out I only need one of the spotlights to get the temperature up, and underneath that, on that rock, it easily gets to 50, 45, 50, and underneath there, underneath the UV tube, it gets into the 25 to 30 degrees, so it's perfect. They get UVI of 4.5, plenty of heat for them to be active. And then moving on to the panel which I had the heat mat on, it's there underneath that sand. That's turned lovely and hard and solid. The thermal sensor, which you can see there, is reading today with an ambient temperature of probably 14 or 15 outside, maybe a little bit warmer. That's reading 30 odd. But with the heat gun, the laser heat gun, I'm getting a reading. I'm just doing that now, and I'm getting a reading of 37. So it does work. It's only 14 watts, and I think it's very good. Time and time again, I've seen, I put a tortoise in here, and everything seems to, when it gets cooler out and the light goes off on the timer, they all hunker down underneath there because they just like that extra warmth. First thing in the morning, and last night it was down to 8 degrees, 7 degrees C. That spot there was 23, 24 degrees centigrade, so it's very good. And of course, because it's hard, you can put things on it and it's easy to clean. Just lift things up, vacuum it out and clean it. You can wash it down. It's PVA glue, so it's waterproof PVA glue. and it works really well. And as you can see, the little creature there is just full of energy. He's not shy at all, can't escape because there's the smooth sides. It works really well. These are, just to remind you, are 2-foot square tiles which I've just butted together and then built around those 2-foot tiles the 10mm polycarbonate twin wall, and the joint for the two is just here, and it's just covered with a bit. It's just covered with a bit of sellotape. There you go. Now he's right, or he or she is right in the middle of the heat map, and it's flattening itself out and just sucking the heat out of that. It's quite interesting.